Did you know there is an application, a Bronze Quality Award application, that is designed specifically for assisted living centers? Now you do. There is a Quality Award application, a Bronze Quality Award application, that is specifically for assisted living centers, and the differences between the senior care one and the assisted living one are very, very tiny. In fact, let me show it to you. Let me show you this quick little bronze application. Here it is. It looks identical from this point of view. Looks identical to the Quality Award program, the Bronze Quality Award application for senior care centers. However, if you scroll down, it says for assisted living providers. If we went to the other, this is the other one. This is for skilled nursing centers or the intellectually and developmentally disabled IDDD residential service providers. They use both. Both of those organizations would use this application, but the assisted living would use this application. And I am going to point out the very, very tiny differences regarding the actual application. Okay, so let me go here. Here we go. All of these are identical. Your service offerings, your mission, your vision, your key measures, workforce profile, core values, or not core values, but your core competencies. Core values, that's something on the silver application that we're going to have to talk about. At the bronze level, though, we don't get into values. Suppliers, business relationships, organization. This is all identical. Both applications for assisted living or for skilled nursing homes, same application so far. Competitive environment. This is where we have our first change. In the bronze application for senior care organization, this question reads, what are your key sources for comparative data inside and outside the senior care industry? And of course, because you're in assisted living, you wouldn't be comparing yourself to the senior care industry. Instead, it is the assisted living profession, the assisted living industry. So that is the first difference between the two applications. And here comes the second one. And the second one can be significant. However, I do have some questions. For those of you who might know, please let me know the answer, because I honestly don't know. I'm going to have to reach out to AHCA and get an answer to this. So here it is. By the way, P2C, which is what this is, P2C, Performance Improvement System, biggest question of the application, the one most people struggle with. And I would say, if you're getting an application back that says you didn't get the award because it is an incomplete application, meaning you didn't fully answer every single question, I guarantee 7, 8 out of 10 times it is because of these questions right here. Question number 1. What is your performance improvement process? How do you find, identify, and solve problems? That's the question, which is pretty easy. It's kind of like, what is your QAPI program? Give us your steps in your QAPI program. Then we want you to take that system, that process you use, whatever steps that is, and we want you to demonstrate it through prose, giving us a paragraph or two, giving us example of how you solved a problem. Now, at the senior care level, if I go, that's the AL. If I go back to the senior care, I'm going to show it to you. I know it's flying by at the speed of light. Went too far. At the senior care level, look here. It is the same question. P2C1, what is your process for performance improvement? Identical question. However, the next question differs. Question number 2 at the senior care center says, provide one healthcare result. Tell us about one thing clinically that you have been able to use this performance improvement system to solve, to make better over time. That's really what we're asking. However, at the assisted living center, at the assisted living application, it doesn't specifically ask you for clinical data. Instead, it says, address a patient or resident related result, clinical or non-clinical. There's difference number 2 between the two applications. There's only 2 differences. One is you're looking for comparative data for inside and outside the assisted living profession. And here in this question, where you do not have to provide clinical data, you can provide clinical or non-clinical, which is different because at the senior care side, on the nursing home side, you have to give us a clinical measure. You have to demonstrate how you solved the clinical problem. Here's where my question comes in. Oh, well, let me just go on for another thing. If you provide, how do I even say this? Because I want to say if, and don't let me say if. Let me scratch the word if from my vocabulary for this moment. At the assisted living application, you are expected to give us not one result, but two results. So at the senior care center level, nursing home level, give us one clinical result. At the assisted living center level, it says you have to give us two results. And the reason is because the way that the math works for the Quality Award program, two process results, non-clinical results, equals the importance of one clinical result. So the nursing homes have to provide one clinical result, and assisted livings have to provide two process results. Makes complete sense. However, now I want to point out that it says clinical or non-clinical. And this is where things get a little haywire for me. And this is where I'm hoping, if you know the answer, to please let me know. Assisted livings are evolving. They have been evolving for a very long time. I remember when dual certification first became even a conversation, before it even became a thing, where assisted living centers were able to take higher acuity level residents and hold on to residents who would, for a longer period of time, or get this dual certification. So my question is, if an assisted living can provide a clinical result, actually go like, hey, this is our performance improvement process, and here's a clinical result that we solved, that we made better over time using our performance improvement process, do they still have to give two results? Or would the one clinical result take away their need to provide two results? If you're talking about a process result, then you need to give two. But if it's a clinical result, can you get away with providing just one? I honestly swear to goodness, don't like to make videos I don't have the answers to. I don't know this answer. I truly don't know. So if you know the answer, please let me know. But I will in the meantime. Reach out to AHCA, and whatever they tell me, I'll put in the comment below so that we all know the actual answer. I'm thinking, if you're assisted living and you can provide clinical data, then why would you also have to add, not sure. Hope you found this helpful. If you are an assisted living, make sure you are grabbing the assisted living packet. If you are a nursing home or IDDD, please make sure you're grabbing that Quality Award packet. And I hope to see you on walking across that beautiful stage very, very soon. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching, and if you got value from this video, please like, subscribe, follow, and share with your friends and colleagues. I would very much appreciate it. And of course, if you are interested in applying for a bronze, silver, or gold quality award through the American Healthcare Association, I would absolutely love to help you win.